Alright, and I want to let you know that some of the ways to find motivated sellers are free, and it doesn't cost you anything. Some of the ways you actually have to invest some of your money, so you could choose yourself which way you want to go, but always it's a good idea to start with the ways where you don't have to spend any money. Alright, and first two ways, it's newspapers, big or small ones. Alright, so of course obviously you will need to pay some money for advertising, but I can tell you that it might be a great source of motivated sellers for you. Now, way number three, it's driving around the neighborhoods. This is great source, and it doesn't cost you anything except of course gas. And you can look for vacant houses and for signs for sale by owner and for rent. And we're going to discuss in the future scripts, what to say and how to present yourself in front of the seller himself. So let's go to the next slide, and it's search newspaper ads. And I can tell you that right now many newspapers online, so you just can Google them, or you can buy just weekly newspaper and search for sale by owner classifieds. If you have a friend or agent who you work with, real estate agents, he can provide you feeds from MLS. It's multiple listing service search engine, and you can find there great potential motivated sellers. There is some specifics what you should look at MLS, and we will discuss it in the future, like for example listings which been on the market for a long time and didn't have success of selling. Now, contacting landlords with for rent signs. Many properties actually owned free and clear, and there is many investors involved in the business, and some of them actually struggling right now with tenants, a lot of evictions, and probably some of them might be very very motivated of selling, but the market is tough and they cannot sell, so they just have to rent it out. That's why you see the sign. So we call on them and asking if they would like to sell. In a lot of cases they would love to. Okay, check court records again for evictions, and we'll discuss it in the future in detail how to do that. Okay, next slide. Magnetic car signs, perfect source. They're really cheap. It's about $9-15, depending on where you're gonna buy it. Usually you just write on them we buy houses, or we buy houses cash, and your telephone number. Okay, it's great conversation starter. When you just going around neighborhoods, people will start asking questions, and it's great source for you to start conversation and see if the person motivated seller. Bird dogs, it's the people who is all the time in your neighborhoods, people who is removing trash, post mail guys. They can be a great source. They see their houses which is vacant, they see the signs, and they can provide for you information if you're gonna make it interesting for them. Tell them that you can pay them some small kind of referral fee. Usually it's up to $500 if you're gonna buy from their house. Now keep in mind, you're not gonna be a buyer, but they don't have to know that I am buyer behind you, but still you'll be able to make a 2,000 on a commission which I'm gonna pay you, on a fee which I'm gonna pay you, and you can split with them, share like up to $500. And believe me, they're not making that much money, and if you're gonna share with them $500, is gonna be great source of income for them. They're gonna be happy to look for you. Okay, all right. Owners of condemned properties, you need to know how to check tax records, and in the future we'll teach you that. Fire damaged houses. Imagine how a person who just received a check from insurance company, how they might be motivated. They don't really even care about the house. They just want to get rid of it. Owners of properties with code violations, we'll discuss that in the future. Create flyers and post everywhere where you can. It's a great source for you, definitely. You can, print them out real cheap on your home computer and, just handle to the people. Let's go to the next slide. Create business cards, and just start handing them to the people who you talk to on a daily basis, and just explain that you buy houses. Create door hangers. Again, you can create them, handmade, or you can order them. They're not that expensive. Network with professionals. I'm sure you know some CPA, I'm sure you know some attorney, or dentist who you're using. Tell them what you do. Tell them that you can, give them some referral fee. Yes, they're making some good money, but it doesn't worth them nothing just to give you a call and tell you, hey, this is what I got somebody who is interested in your services. Alright, network with service people. Absentee landlords, we'll teach you how to find them. This is people who's got house, and in some cases, again, it's free and clear, or it's with a lot of equity involved, and they live in not in a city, they live in a different state. We'll teach you how to find them. Estate sales, we don't do that much of that, but it's really might be a great source. Actually, people might be really motivated to sell. Tax sales, self-explainable, and we discuss it in the future more. Let's go to the next slide. Again, this is just a basic. We're not going deep, but we definitely going to discuss it in one of our future seminars. Now, HUD and other government foreclosure properties. You can go with HUD.org, HUD.org, and find many properties there. Bank-owned properties. Again, if you have access to either agent, or maybe you got some great relation to the bankers, you can find some great properties there. Alright, t-shirt. Simple idea, just order a t-shirt for $10-15. We buy houses. It's a great again, conversation starter. You'll be amazed how many people will ask you, are you really buying houses, and can you buy my house? Billboard advertising. Again, this is like a little bit advanced strategy, and for people who already making good money, because otherwise you can be burned. It's expensive. So again, for you to start with, I would suggest it's probably Craigslist and newspapers online, and just print newspapers and start calling ads for sale by owner. It's a great source. Again, we have a scripts on our online on our website, where you can see what to ask and what to say to that kind of sellers. So if you have more questions, just visit our website, submit email, or call us, and we'll be happy to answer any questions. Keep in mind, more questions you're gonna have, that's mean that you actually working. You're doing something in order to start making money. If you're just sitting and calling nobody and you're scared, you will never start making money in this business. So just grab newspaper, go to Craigslist, find some ads, and start calling. I know you still got a lot of questions, but believe me, you're not going to be able to answer all your questions at once. So just call them up. They're going to probably ask you some questions which you don't know how to answer. Write them down, email me, call me, and I'll answer all questions, and you can call back and just answer these questions, and just don't be shy. Just tell them, hey, you've been doing it for a short period of time, and you have a partner who knows more, so you should ask him, and it's nature of the business. Just move forward, and believe me, more questions you're gonna have, more questions I'm gonna answer for you, and in the future you're gonna be highly professional, making a good money, and you can quit your job. Alright, so it was a pleasure to talk to you guys, and I'll see you soon.